What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to the shade tree. Now, yes, I am in my garage today. However, we got some shade trees right there, so hey, it doesn't matter where I go, we're still under the shade tree. Today, folks, we are working on the Silverado. As you can see, I've got my taillights out, both of them, and the third brake light. We're using some VHT Nightshade. I used this stuff a long time ago on a motorcycle that I did, and I liked it, but it was way too dark, so I've read up a little bit, and I think I figured out a way to make it to where it's actually usable and you won't get in trouble with old Johnny Law. So stick with me. We'll see what we can do. So removing these taillights were super simple. However, there are two little clips that go in these holes here, and they'll make you feel like you're going to break them. So just be careful. Don't get too mad like I did. Go Hulk smash. I didn't break mine, but I thought I was going to. And then over here, you've got two places for T10 Torx bits. And that's literally all you got to do. And then once you get it pulled out, you just twist your bulbs. That's real simple. Now that's on the bottom. On the third brake light, for some reason, of course, they changed the size of the Torx bit. So they go to a T20 up there. Hey, check that out. Stone Mountain Barbecue. That's my other YouTube channel, guys. If y'all want to, go check it out. I'll put a link in the description box down below. But let's check out these lights. So here's our lights. I haven't cleaned them up yet. I'm going to throw some degreaser on them, wipe them down really good, make sure we don't have any kind of grease or grit or anything like that on there. Third brake light, I didn't take the bulbs out. I didn't really see a need to, so I think we'll be okay. It's really ventilated in here, guys, so you want to make sure anytime you're using aerosols or any kind of spray that you're ventilated and you don't have to worry about getting, pneumonia or anything like that. So the only thing I'm using for degreaser today, and it's not ideal, I'm just using some Mean Green. It's a cleaner and a degreaser. Like I said, it's not ideal, especially for painting. I wish I had some like lacquer or something like that. I've got some mineral spirits, but sometimes it can leave a little bit of a film. So we're just going to wipe these down, and then be back and show you what we're doing next. Alright, now that these have been degreased, we've wiped them down. I've gotten all my fingerprints off of them for right now. Really just wanted to get the big grit, like if there was any, I don't know, dust, particles, anything like that. We're going to actually wet sand these. I've got some 1000 grit wet or dry sandpaper, and I've got a spray bottle here with just water in it. And we're going to just soak these things down, make sure they stay wet. You want them to be wet. And all we're trying to do is just scuff this up, get this, you see how it's kind of glossy? We're wanting this to kind of be a dull finish once we're done with our sanding. So I'm going to hit these things, try to do this quick. I got off work early today. We're going to try to get this done before the sun goes down. So I'll be back with you once we got these things sanded. Alright guys, so I finished up the third brake light, and I just wanted to show you the difference between the two. So here is the, before any kind of sanding, and then we bring in the third brake light. You see, it's just got that dull finish. You can see very fine scuffs around through there. That right there is kind of what you want to look for. See if we can get it to focus here. Right there at the top, those shiny parts. You want to make sure that you get those as best you can, because that's where you'll have failure. Another place you want to make sure you try to get in as best you can, in the screw holes here. Now with the tail lights, you don't have to worry about that because the screw holes are internal. But with the third brake light, if you're going to be doing this, you want to try to get a Q-tip. A lot of people use a Scotch-Brite pad. I wouldn't use just a brand new one. You'll get a lot of heavy scuffs down in there. But maybe a used Scotch-Brite pad. Because see, it's still shiny in there, so I'm going to have to work on it a little bit. But otherwise, all my edges are pretty well done. Still see a little bit of shine to it there. We'll maybe hit this one more time, especially around the edges, before we start painting. But I'm going to get these brake lights done, and then I'll be back before we start shooting. Alright guys, so we got these things done. You can see they're dull. I'm sure there's folks that'll notice imperfections or something like that, and that's fine. I mean, this is backyard shade tree kind of stuff. So what you're looking for on here is just a light coat. You don't want this. You don't want to go full on blacked out. The instructions say to hold it, let's see, like 8 to 10 inches away, I believe. And then you want to make sure that your nozzle is turned whichever way you're going to be going. So I'm going to be going this way with it instead of up and down. So my nozzle is going to fan that away instead of being, you know, a horizontal line. It'll be a vertical line. Yeah, couldn't think there. So it says not to go over 3 coats. I think we're going to do this so light on these coats though that we'll be okay. Because we're going to try to get these to lay super smooth. That way hopefully we don't have to re-sand before we clear them. So let's do a coat. Now I'm right-handed and I'm trying to film left-handed, so hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing here. So there you go. That's pretty much one coat. I'm going to finish up the rest. I'll be back after we do all the coats. Alright guys, so I just finished up. That face doesn't mean that I'm disappointed. I just finished up coat number 2. And it's... the dogs heard me close my truck door. It's dark. It's a lot darker than I expected it to be off of 2 coats. I'm going to let it sit for about 10-15 minutes. And I'm going to kind of think about it, put it out in the sun, see what I'll think. But this is what it's looking like after 2 coats. The camera doesn't necessarily pick it up. That's how dark it is. Now, like I said, the lighting in here isn't great. Let's see if I can... I mean, it's been about, I guess, 2 or 3 minutes since I sprayed it. Let's see if we can go outside with it. That picks it up a little bit. There is some trash in it. I guess some lint off the rag that I used got in it or something. That's fine. We may still end up wet sanding this once this dries. The only thing about it is you're not supposed to do like any kind of sanding on it for, I want to say like 24 hours. But I was planning to do a clear coat over top of these after they dry, and then wet sand the clear coat while it's on the truck. That way if I don't get done tonight, I can still go to work and stuff tomorrow. So I don't know, I'm gonna give this a minute, then I'll come back and holler at you, let you know what I decide to do. Well guys, I decided to send it. I just went for it. I waited about 10-15 minutes and I just went for it, did another 3rd coat. It looks pretty dark inside the garage, but I think we're going to be okay. I'm getting ready to throw some clear on it, just reusing some Rust-Oleum. This says that it bonds to plastics, so we're going to throw some clear on these bad boys. I'm going to let it dry, get it put back on the truck, probably sooner than I should, but wifey wants to go out and eat tonight, so I ain't saying no to that. So we're going to get these done up. I'll holler back at you. We're on the truck. Be back in a minute. Well, like a 1/10 of a second for you, but I'll see you in just a second. Alright guys, so by the power of movie magic, we're done. At least for what I'm gonna do. I've gotten these things tinted up. We did 3 coats of the tint, did about 4 coats of clear, and I haven't wet sanded them. I'm gonna have to. There's a few imperfections, whatever you want to call it. Actually had a run. Actually, I'll just show you. Let's look at these things. So there you go. They're all tinted up. Got the 3rd brake light done. The 3rd brake light actually came out quite a bit darker. I'm assuming it's because it doesn't have as much red on like surface area. But anyway, that's what we ended up with. From a distance, it looks pretty good. Well, let's go in for a closer look. So here's where I had the run. Don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let me get out of the sunlight here. Right here, I had the run. I actually thought that I had fixed it during painting where it was close to the edge. I just went ahead and shot a super heavy coat, hoping that it would go ahead and push off the edge of the tail light, which it did not. So, you know, but that's what you get. Overall though, guys, I am super pleased with it, even without, haven't polished them yet, haven't took any kind of, you know, wet sandpaper to it after we've sprayed the clear. Gonna let it cure for a day or two, and I might hit it, tape it up, hit it with some maybe 2000 grit, something like that, and just get all of the orange peel and things like that off of it. But overall, I think it came out pretty good. I mean, we can get in close here. It has a pretty good finish to it. Polishing it, sanding and polishing, I think would do about everything we would want it to do. The third brake light actually came out better, and I think a lot of that is because of the prep. Prep is the most important thing to all this. The more time you put into prepping it, the easier and the better time you'll have once you have finished product. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I appreciate you for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new around here. This is what this channel is going to be. Just us out here doing random stuff to the old Chev. So till next time, guys. Till next time, guys. Y'all be good. Come back and holler at me. See you.